Hey guys, it's me again. How are you? Um, hey, I wanted to come on here. I didn't get a chance. I've been really busy, but I wanted to come on here right after. So, Kamala Harris, I'm really sick of the lies and the deceit and the craziness. And Kamala Harris came on and did basically a border seminar, whatever you want to call it, where she came out and talked to everybody about the border and what she's going to do. And that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. And I wanted to reach through the screen and I could not believe the things that were coming out of her mouth and the way that she treats the public and how stupid she thinks or tries to perceive that we are. Kamala Harris has had 3 years 3 years to show us what she can do at the border. She was literally made the border czar. That was her job, to protect the border. And what this goes so much deeper. These guys stand up there and they say things to us, but they don't realize or really even think about the people that suffer from their decisions. And that's what kills me. I mean, think about it, guys. For her to stand up there and say, I'm going to crack down on fentanyl. You've had 4 years to crack down on fentanyl. Let me tell you right now, the cartels love Kamala Harris. She is their hero. She literally, to me, she is part of the cartel. She has made them so much money. She has literally made their organization stronger, much stronger. They love her. They want her in power. That is who they are going to vote for. They make death threats to Donald Trump because they do not want him in power, because they know he is going to impact their flow, their production, everything. He's going to stop it. He's going to make it harder for them. Right now, it is free range. And for her to stand up there and say, I'm going to crack down on the cartels, and I have experience with the cartels, and I'm going to crack down on fentanyl because I have experience with fentanyl, was just one of the most insulting things I've ever heard. Like, you've had 4 years to do this. How many people died in those 4 years from the fentanyl coming across that border because you didn't want to do your job? And now I'm going to be president. Now I'll do something. Now that I'm going to be president, now I really will do something. I promise you guys. That is just ridiculous. And that's insane. And it pisses me off. I mean, there are so many families out there. And that's the thing. Like, they sit up there and they say this, but there's people watching these things that have lost their children. The worst thing that could happen to you on this planet is losing your child. And I can't even imagine the pain that comes with that. And I hope to God I never do. But that is one of the brutalest things that could ever happen in your entire life. And I don't know what the number is, but I would say hundreds, if not thousands, of people have lost their kids to fentanyl, or somebody that they love, or somebody that's close to them, because of it pouring across the border, because there is no restrictions on fentanyl or any type of justice system set up to stop the flow. And these people are suffering. These people have died. These people, they make these decisions and people die from these decisions. For her, I don't want to play politics. I'm tired of playing politics. That's exactly what you do. And it's exactly what you stood up there in that speech, and that's what you were doing at that moment. You've had 4 years to do something about this, and now that you're president, now you're going to do something, and now you want to tell us, okay, now I'm going to get involved. And I've done this before, and I'm an expert at it, and I know what I'm doing, and they're scared of me. They are not scared of you at all. They hope to God you win this election, and that's the truth. They do. They want her in power. They want her to be the president, because that is going to help their production. That is going to help everything. That's going to build their empire. She has helped them build their empire in so many different ways. Having she says, oh, Donald Trump put kids in cages. How many children have been lost at the border since you came in power? Lost, gone, don't know where they are. They're in some child trafficking thing. And just for a second, go there. Think about the brutal darkness that these children are seeing, the torture and the just unimaginable, being raped, being just, you're a piece of material, you're not a person. It's the most degrading, and these children are innocent little guys. You know, they don't know how to defend themselves. They just basically, and the cartels just eat them up. That's money to them. That's a product to them. Children are a product to them. They can sell them. They can sell them as slaves. They can sell them as sex slaves. They can sell them as anything they want. You know, and they have literally an order menu at the border. If you want fentanyl, we got it. If you want a child slave labor, we got it. If you want adult slave, we got it. You know, and not only that, they, you know, right now the border's wide open, but they're still involved, and there's still a trek, and it's still hard to get across. You got to walk all, and so the cartels tell them, come pay us $10,000, we'll get you across the border. I mean, they're just raking in money over this entire thing. And for her to stand up there and say the things she said, I could not believe what was coming out of her mouth. And it really shows how stupid she thinks we are. And it is the most insulting thing I've ever seen. You know, there's so many different opinions and things we could do to change the border. But it starts with stopping the flow and all the criminality that's going on it. Stopping the fentanyl from coming across. If you can't get across the border, you can't bring it in. So build a wall, you know, and then once you get that under control, then let's start working on how to get people in here correctly and actually getting people in here for refugees to get a better life and actually try to live an American dream. It's just unbelievable to me. And the only reason they've left this border open is for votes. Again, clear as day. It's the only reason you would do that. Any other country, and they really are, you know, Donald Trump says it all the time, but it's true. They release their prisoners. To have over 300 known terrorists enter this country, that's what we have tracked. That's what we know. That's not counting all the ones that got across. It's probably double that number because they don't want you to know they're over here. But those are just the ones we know about. 300 terrorists. People that caused 9/11, people that are out to kill Americans, people that are out to terrorize the public. And they just let them over here. And we know they're here. And I don't see anything happening trying to get these people and get them out of here. Because they're votes. Those are votes for them. That's insane. Some people are going to die over these decisions. So many people are going to die over these decisions, and it's sad. And there's going to be so much suffering and so much pain. And, you know, you never know. It could be your child. And then what? You're going to change your opinion real quick. You know, they don't actually think or feel the repercussions of these decisions that they make. And they do. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they play politics all the time. That's all they do. Donald Trump is not playing politics. He tells you what he's going to do, and he wants to do what's right. You know, again, I've said it a million times. They're not the two best, but right now, Donald Trump is the best choice for this country, and we need to get it back under control. These wars that are going on in Israel, they're getting worse. I thought this would happen. And it's not just a coincidence. It's getting worse as it gets closer to the election. Because if Donald Trump comes in, things are going to change. The entire world knows that. If Donald Trump gets voted in, the world is going to change. The United States of America is going to change. And so they're trying to get their licks in where they can while they can. If Kamala Harris gets into power, we got another 4 years of whatever you want. We cannot vote this woman in. Just that speech that she did alone. I mean, really, guys, you should have been insulted by that. That should have been basically spitting in your face. Like I said, and it's just facts, and it is. You can see it clear as day. You don't have to look anything up. For 4 years, that border has been wide open, and they've done nothing to stop it. And now that the election's coming, now they want to try to say, we're going to change the border, we're going to fix the border, we're going to do this, we're going to stop the fentanyl. And so for 4 years, just think of the millions of pounds of fentanyl that have come across in those 4 years and the empire that the cartels have built over this. It's real. This is real. These are lives. These are people. These are humans. These are people that are just suffering. The children that have been lost or put into child trafficking. The murders, just everything. It is evil. And it's got to stop. We cannot let these people just leave the border wide open. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. All they care about is power. And this has got to stop. We got to figure out a way to stop this. And it starts with Donald Trump. And then we need to continue. And the people got to take the power back. We got to continue to vote. We got to continue to make ourselves heard. We got to continue to do what's right. I was talking to a guy yesterday and he's like, I don't vote because I don't want to get involved and I don't really agree with anything. And I told him, well, you're a part of the reason why we are where we are. You deciding not to vote. I mean, you don't have to vote just to vote, but go look at you live in America, and he's got immigrants in his family. He's got people, and they're good people. But for him to tell me he's not going to vote, I told him, I said, this is what's wrong with America. You need to vote. We need every vote we can get. And I'm not telling you to vote one way or the other. All I'm asking you to do is go look at the facts and really look at the history between these two. We've had 4 years of each of them. And, even without looking at the facts, when your life was better. But then also look at the facts and really look into the facts. If you hear something, look it up and see if it's true, because most likely it's not. The media will say anything to get what they want out of you guys. And that's the other thing, man. This media, man, they got to stop. They are not. They control everything. Like I said in one of my other videos, Mark Zuckerberg came out and actually admitted that, look at all these things, admitted that he was influenced and pressured on the COVID times to change the numbers. I mean, he came out and said it, that they made him do that. That is deceiving. That is lying to us. We don't want somebody that's going to lie to us and tell us. We need to know that. We need to know what's actually going on in the world. We need to know how dangerous COVID really is. We don't need to know what you think we need to know. We need to know the facts. And the media lied about it and downplayed it and changed the numbers. That's criminal to me. That is unacceptable. And that's what the media does. And they don't get held accountable for it because they got freedom of speech. These people are, to me, the scum of the earth. Why wouldn't you? I just don't get it. Where are the patriots? Where are the people that give a about the people? Why wouldn't you want to give us the facts? Tell us what's really going on. Tell us what we need to know about our own home, about our country. That's what you signed up for. What happened to you? I believe that when all these people were younger and that if you wanted to be in the media or whatever, your goal was to report the facts and try to make a difference and do some good in the world. And now it's the opposite. They just follow in suit. They follow the power. They do what they're supposed to do. They're robots. The Democrats say this, that's what we got to do. And they will do anything to end lying to the people. To me, I kid you not, I think they should be in prison. You're deceiving and lying to the public and trying to get people to believe things that are not true. They'll take words and flip them around and use them to their advantage. They'll literally take something that somebody said and pull 3 or 4 words out of it, turn it around and use it in a completely different context. I used the bloodbath thing before, but the bloodbath thing. Again, look up what Donald Trump said. He did not say America's going to become a bloodbath if you don't vote for me. But that's the way they play it off, like he said. What he was talking about the car manufacturers, and that it's going to be a bloodbath and watch it. And you tell me what you think and be honest with yourself. But again, they switch it up. They call him that they say the Charleston thing. He was, there were good people on both sides, and he was talking about the white supremacists. That's so stupid. First of all, why would he do that? He wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. He's not racist. One of his closest people in his journey of success was a black man. That was one of his main guys. I don't know his title or whatever, but it was his main guy. And he's not going to come on and say something like that. That's just stupid. Everything all together. And her vice president, Waltz, that guy's a kook. That guy is the most fake thing I've ever seen. And I can't even believe she picked him. Like, just talking to that guy for 30 seconds, you're like, what the is wrong with this guy? He's a kook. And he, again, is going to say whatever it is he needs to say to follow the Democratic crowd. And he'll say whatever he needs to say. He'll say anything. He'll say the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life. He has no shame in it. And that's just crazy to me. So we're going to have Kamala Harris, who's 13 years old, and Waltz, who's a kook. And these are the two that are going to run this country. I'm telling you, if we don't make things right and we don't try to make a difference, this country is going to deteriorate. This is the biggest election in the history of America. This is going to change America forever, one way or the other. And really, guys, we got to do the right thing. We got to do what's right for you and for me and for our children and for the future of everybody in this country. We really do. And right now, the best thing to do is vote in Donald Trump. He needs to get in there. The politicians need to get broken up. They need to stop this chain. These people have so much power. Schumer, that guy's untouchable. And he knows it. And he's not afraid to say it. Nancy Pelosi, again, untouchable. To stand in, I forget what it was, but when Donald Trump was doing his speech and she was sitting behind him and she's sitting there ripping up papers and rolling her eyes and, that just shows Donald Trump is what we voted into power. You should support that either way. You don't get to decide what's good for us. We do. And if we decide that he's what's best for us, you should support that and do whatever you can do to help him make this country better for us. Not oppose him and fight him at every turn and promise to kill him and promise to do this and promise to destroy him and then follow through on it. Just look at what they've done to Donald Trump. Look at all of it. The indictments, taking his companies, just everything they've done to that man. And that shows you these people have no mercy. They think they can get away with whatever they want. They're not afraid to hide it. They think we're idiots and that we're just going to let them go. And what's sad is that's what happens. They get away with it. The FBI, there's good people in every situation, but there's a lot of bad people too. And we need to start cleaning house in every single area of everything. The FBI, the politicians, the CIA, these people are brutal. And these are people that have the power to literally destroy everything you stand for. They can literally erase you off this planet. We need patriots back. We need, when Congress was made, when everything was started out and America was being formed, everyone was patriotic. They were patriots. They wanted this country to be great. They wanted the people to have a voice. They loved this country. They wanted to do, when you got into politics, you wanted to be for the people. You wanted to, and I'm sure a lot of these people have started out that way, but then they lose it. And we need those people back. We need those people that, like Tulsi Gabbard, she doesn't care what you say. She's going to tell you what she thinks is best, and she's going to tell you, and she's going to do what she thinks is right for the people. And that's what we need, that patriotism, that fight, that hunger to make our lives better and really care about us. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They don't like us. They don't care. They don't care. It's not about us. We're just the mob that they need to manipulate. And they're going to cheat anyways. So it really doesn't matter. They take our voice away. That is taking our voice away. Anyways, I had to come on here and say something. I'm hot. And I just, like I said, I cannot believe what she stood up there and said. And if you guys were watching that, you should have been highly insulted and that should have been enough to turn your vote right there. Again, she's had 4 years to do something on the border and she's done nothing. And people have died over it. Fentanyl has poured into this country over it. The cartels have grown 10 times stronger over it. And they want her in power. Why do you think Iran's putting death threats on Trump? Because they know if he comes into power, things are going to change. They want Kamala Harris. If we take Trump out of it, we get Kamala Harris and everything's great. That is so crazy. You guys, you got to see that. That is crazy. They want to kill the person that we have running for president because they want the other president to be in power so they can have their way, so they can do what they want and continue to terrorize and do. It's just crazy. And we got to stop it. We got to put our foot down. So anyways, I had to come on and say something. And I hope you guys have been watching. I hope you guys are listening. I really hope I get through to you guys. I hope you guys make the right choice. Election's right around the corner. And like I said, this is literally history. This is the biggest election in the United States of America ever. And it could change. It really, guys, listen to me. It could change America forever. This election could literally change America forever. We could be, and say what you want, but we really could be a third world country. We really could have dictatorships. It can happen. And I'm sorry doesn't cut it. Make the right choice now. Do it now. Don't follow the mob. Do what's in your heart. Do what you know is right. Do what's right for you and your children and us and all of us that don't have a voice anymore. So thank you for listening. And you know what? I watched part of the vice presidential debate. But my boys were playing football, so I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I need to watch that, and then I'm probably going to come on and have something to say about that. But the part I did watch, again, kook. The guy's a kook. And I can't wait to hear all the kookiness he says. It's almost entertaining. He's just a big show. These people are just a big show. They should make a reality show out of these people. And it is. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. And you're awesome.